Alright guys, so another video. I'm sitting in my chair, I've got an oversized t-shirt on and I have a lot of things to say, so let's get over it. So first things first, while I was editing the last video, I realized that there's another reason why most people actually don't make any progress in the gym. It's because they've got nobody to turn to. When I started working out, nobody around me was actually taking their fitness seriously. Yes, they were jogging twice or three times a week, but that's it. Not to say that cardio is bad or that you shouldn't jog. I actually jog myself. But, if there's nobody to ask to, first thing you do is go on Reddit or YouTube and you bump into these fitness YouTubers that, make things overly complicated or, so complicated and most beginners don't know what to do with this information. And most of these guys will have a course or two and they're trying to shove down your throat. So this is what this channel is for. This channel is to give you no BS information, which is science-based. Because here's another thing. A lot of the guys that are actually successful in the gym, you can see it, by watching a guy called Jeff Nippard. You watch one of his videos, you realize this guy knows how to read medical literature or scientific literature on PubMed. And this is a skill that is very important if you actually want to be a successful bodybuilder, if you want to build an aesthetic physique. But most guys out there, they don't know how to do this, and this is actually a skill that you need to hone, or you turn to someone that gives you that information in easily digestible bits. But that's hard to find unless the person you're turning to has a scientific background. Well, that's my case. So this channel is really just a library of free to watch videos that give you no BS information without like some $200 course that is going to, make you look like Wolverine in 3 months, and you purchase the thing and you don't look like Wolverine in 3 months. Big deal. The reason for this video is that when I started, Googling or looking on YouTube, what I should do to build an aesthetic physique, I bumped into these bulk versus cut videos. It's got millions of views, and should I bulk, should I cut? All right, so overly complicated BS. Should you bulk or should you cut? What is bulking? Bulking, you're trying to gain weight. Why should you gain weight in the first place? Well, so you can build muscle. Muscle is, requires nutrients. Where do these nutrients come from? Comes from the food you eat. So if you try to build muscle, besides going to the gym, you should eat in a caloric surplus. So in other words, if your maintenance caloric intake is right here, then you should eat just a little bit more so that you can gain weight and gain muscle. That's all it is. And cutting is the exact opposite. If this is your maintenance, what you should be eating to maintain your actual weight, you eat just below that and voila, you lose weight. That's all you need to know. This is, that's cutting, and what I said before was bulking. So should I bulk? Should I cut? Look, if you're a bodybuilder and you've been bulking for the past 2 years, by all means, you should cut. You need to lose some of that fat. But the overwhelming majority of people watching this, the skinny fat kids that have never gone to the gym before, or haven't made a consistent habit of working out. So should they bulk or should they cut? They should bulk. You should bulk if you're one of these. If you've got just a bit of belly fat and a bit of man tits, bulk. Bulk, bulk, bulk. You're not fat, you're not overweight. You should bulk. Put on muscle mass, and you go also, chances are, when you start working out, you're also going to lose a bit of, some of that muscle fat, some of that fat. It doesn't matter if you don't lose that much of it, because you're going to gain so much muscle if you bulk properly. And I am going to to diet and bulking in another video, that it's not going to, you're not going to see that fat anymore. Whereas if you cut, yes, you're going to lose most of it, but you're going to look skinny as hell. And honestly, a skinny guy is not aesthetic. A skinny guy is not muscular. So my advice is, if you're starting to work out, chances are you're probably a skinny kid or a skinny fat kid. Bulk. There is one caveat to this, and that if you're not skinny or skinny fat, if you're obese, you're overweight. How do I tell if I'm overweight, mate? Well, look at yourself in the mirror. Or get on a scale if you haven't worked out. If you're 160 or 1.6 meters and you're 80 kilos, that's your weight. If your weight is 80 kilos, then you should probably cut, because you're overweight. If you're seriously overweight, cut. But if your family or friends don't tell you that you have some weight problems or whatever, chances are you're probably not fat and you shouldn't cut. Okay, I see this all the time. This is skinny kids on a treadmill trying to lose weight for whatever reason, and guys that really weigh over 100 kilos and they're not 2 meters tall. They're bench pressing. It should be the other way around, actually. So just follow this simple advice. Get on a scale if you haven't worked out before. This only applies if you haven't worked out consistently before. Get on a scale and find out your height. If your height is, for instance, 160 and you weigh more than 60 kilos, then you should, probably lose a bit of weight first. Okay, get below that 60 kilos, you're going to lose a bit of fat, and then start bulking. All right, but if you're like 1.6 meters and you weigh 55 kilos, for the love of God, man, bulk. It's that easy, mate. It's really that easy. Don't overcomplicate this stuff. It's all you need to know. You don't even need like scientific evidence. This is like super easy logical stuff, but most people don't hear it, so I'm out there telling it now. So in the next video, I'm going to go into diet, what you should be eating to get into a lean bulk, and there you go. That's all you need to know for this bulk versus cut. That's all you need to know. All right, so if you're interested in a sort of unconventional approach to bodybuilding and building an aesthetic physique from a guy that is actually on that journey himself and has no hidden agenda and is not trying to shove a $200 course down your throat, then you want to click on the subscribe button. It's a win-win for both of us. Cheers.